give this a few seconds. One is unmuted. Out.
Should I post in Contact that if you're watching the stream,
Yeah, maybe.
there's some technical difficulties?
Yeah, I think we're live again. Sorry, folks, if you're listening to us discuss. The internet
Okay.
threw a curveball in our area and completely threw our stream into the virtual garbage. So I'm just
We broke the illusion.
We broke the illusion. Gooby, what did you do? Just kidding. Eternal joke. All right, I think we're live
Being
again.
called out.
Yeah, and I don't think we got. Only a few minutes were lost. So we'll just kind of continue on, and we'll take it out and post edit. But yeah, no, I think we're live again. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, sorry about that, folks. Like I said, or you hear us kind of talking. Gooby broke the internet, and all our streaming services went down. But we are back online, and we're recording. So this will be saved in the end off these. So
It will be posted in its entirety after the con.
Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so we were arguing inside Christopher's apartment because we had just got back. Dickie had just brought back in his mind memories of where he was in that missing year, and they are not nice. Eva, like I said, you've not in a good place either. You're kind of being in control of veneer has been cracked. You're starting to think of your formerly deceased husband and how you were, you're able to control that part of your life. That was no problem, but you're having difficult trying to figure and find ways to control this. And Christopher, well, what can we say? You're having a hard time too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think in reaction to Dickie throwing one of the bottles to the wall, Christopher just takes a long swig of his drink. Huh?
It's spilling on all his books. You know, you have the piles of books under everything.
Yeah.
Throwing it on there.
I think he would normally care about that, but in this situation, he's just kind of numb to everything now. Like, Dickie, I'm sorry. I mean, should we do this? Should we just talk about what we've seen? The weird, have we all had weird experiences? Have we all been, have we all been,
Not until today.
okay. 'Cause,
Leonard is after you. Why is Leonard after you? What did you do to Mom?
I didn't do anything to Mom. Look, the last I remember.
What did she do then, Christopher? What
Yeah.
did Mom do? Where is she? She's gone. What did she do?
The only thing I remember from today, maybe it was today. I don't know. I saw Mom collapsed in the kitchen with pills around her. I don't know if that was today or some other day. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but that's just what I saw. Cecilia's funeral, I saw her in her casket. She opened her eyes, she screamed, and then she got up and left.
I saw her too,
I-
Christopher. I saw her, and she was looking at you. You did this to her. When I looked at her, I felt it. You did not let her die that day. It was you. All of this shit revolves around you. You did not let her die. She is stuck in her body and she wants to die, but you will not let her.
Then what do I do, Sophie? Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
I don't know. That's what I felt. That's what she said. I'm just tired. I'm hearing these voices in my head. Always the crap of this family, the crap of just everything. The only one who got her shit together, or the only one that got their shit together is Richard. Eva, I know what you did to your husband. You're not the old mighty cracked up person that you are played out to be.
I mean, you know.
I know.
What do you know?
I know all your dirty goddamn secrets. You don't have to call me a witch. You don't have to call me anything. I'm tired of it all. It's all falling apart. I don't care what you did, Eva. I don't care what you did, Richard. It's him. And she points over at you, Christopher. There's death everywhere you go. Leonard, don't know what you had done to him. Cecilia, now Mom. Everyone's dead. Dead, dead. I guess we're next. Can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. Dickie can't go anywhere. He's fucked. We all know, and I know where you're going, Eva. It's not nice. So what the hell should I do? Run away? I tried that once. Didn't work. And she goes, looks like she's been holding that in forever.
Sharing it, Sophie, for just because I think it's the first time she said so much in one go ever that, in conversations with her. And then turning slowly towards Ava. It's like, what is she talking about?
Just gripping really tightly onto the cup of coffee. Look, I made a terrible mistake with Jacob. Didn't want to end up like Mum. Didn't want another Leonard.
He was abusive?
Yeah, I think he would have killed me eventually. I just made sure that didn't happen.
You're a strong woman, Eva. No one holds this against you. I don't hold this against you. You had to do what you had to do for family.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm sorry you couldn't feel like you could tell any of us.
Just didn't want anyone to think I was, well, not what I look like.
Sophie sighs. And then you hear a knock at the door. Christopher.
Who
Okay.
does that sound like? Leonard?
No, sounds like a garbled, choking on liquid Cecilia.
Shit.
Christopher. Knock, knock, knock. Christopher.
Okay, how the hell do you stop somebody from dying?
Or how do you help them die when they're undead? I don't know how I stopped her from.
Knock,
I just.
knock, knock, knock.
She was my friend. Obviously, I didn't want her to die. But I don't know what I did. I don't know what's going on. What do I do?
Well, she was your friend.
Tell her to go. Just tell her to go. Tell her you will make her go.
Knock, knock. Christopher, I want to die. Let me die.
Okay. I'll go up to the door. I won't open it, but I'll say through it. Cecilia, I really want to help you. But I don't know how. Can you tell me how to help you?
You need to set it all right. She's asking for you. She's asking for all of you. She needs your help.
Who?
Your mother. She's in my world now. You need to come to our world to help her.
And do what exactly?
You kept me in this place. I don't know. You say you have to put stuff right. She knows. She knows everything. She sent me here. She's in my world. She's asking for you. All of you.
I think at this point I'll open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you just get a smell. Outside it's cold. Everything is, when you leave food out on the kitchen table, you know. But the hallways are warm. She's been out here for a while. And if you just imagine like what a decomposing walking corpse would look like, that's what you see in a visage of a 12-year-old girl. And you don't have to roll to keep it together, just because of everything that's kind of been going on this whole time, building to this. And her head kind of goes sideways. Great to see you again, Christopher. Hi, Eva. Hi, Richard.
Hi.
You don't look too good.
You're one to talk, I guess.
Well, I'm not I'm not in control what I look like. I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so tired. I know you liked me back in the day, but you gotta let go of that, please. Like your guilt is keeping me here. Please help me and then help her. You owe her. You owe it to your siblings. You owe it to yourself and to me.
I want to. I don't know how. What do we do? Where do we go?
Your mother has the answers. She's waiting for you.
Where? Back at the
At the morgue,
back at the
silly.
house?
At the morgue. where she works.
Oh. Okay.
That's where she found me. She said she finally understood, and then she said that she could help me. I don't want to be I don't want to be no. People see me. I've tried. Look at me. And when you look at her, this guilty sensation just kind of hits you kind of back
Yeah.
in the head. And I don't know. I don't know if Christopher can let go of the grief, let go of just everything that's kind of happened. You seem to be, the in some point along in everyone's life, it's just you've been there, whether it's been causing trouble or just not helping when you're being there when you need to be, and it's just all falling on your head at this particular moment.
Hmm.
How do you how do you how do you think Christopher takes all this?
Um, well, I think he's still in denial about his role. I think he's still thinking, I was just a fucking kid. Why am I being punished for things that happened when I was a kid? And, I think he turns around to his siblings and just kind of like shrugs his shoulders as if like, is this what we do now?
Or talk to a dead person. I mean, it sounds like it is now. But we were trying to find Mum. I guess the morgue's the one place we haven't looked yet.
Yeah.
It would kind of make sense because she is if she goes to places she knows, even in her kind of failing health condition, maybe she finds solace in being around familiar things that she can control too. Maybe that's where Eva gets it from.
Whatever we're doing, we need to do it. A thought kind of sparks into Dickie's head, where he doesn't usually talk to his siblings about things. He usually talks to Catherine, because Catherine, his friend or ex-girlfriend, has this weird perception of reality, I guess. She's the tarot reader. She's the person who always knows what's going on in his head and around. And I think that's where his head is going. Like, immediately, I think, not immediately, but as this kind of this conversation in front of him is this really surreal conversation is taking place, and he's thinking of Catherine right now. I can also, I know this is going to sound, I mean, this is already ridiculous, but I can call Catherine. I can call Catherine. Catherine might, I don't know if she'll know what's happening, but she could do a reading maybe. She's usually into this shit. I know you don't get on with her too well, Sophie, since, my days. But anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. So long as we don't go back to that house, I, whatever, can go to the morgue or...
If she could help me set Cecilia free, I think I gesture Cecilia into my apartment. I don't know what else to do at this point.
Sure.
I think I just factor in, so because it's probably like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or something
Yep.
now,
Yep.
right? So I'm kind of like, I might be worried about my neighbors hearing stuff or, you know, calling a noise complaint, something like that. Seeing this
Yep.
corpse walking around is probably not great for great for my reputation. So I'll close the door and Cecilia, do you think somebody like Catherine could help me uh help me
Who's Catherine?
She's. This is just so weird talking to the dead. Anyway, imagine the people in, I don't know, when you go into fairs and things and they do the reading with the cards and they know all sorts of shit about ghosts and things like that. That's Catherine.
Oh, knows about ghost and things. I don't know if she'd help. At first I thought I was a ghost. Then I looked down and I'm still in my body, and I've seen lots of people like me walking around and 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 things. I just, even though I look like this, and I know that Christopher just needs to let go of the guilt. I don't know. But uh, I can't remember her name, but she she knows what Christopher needs to do, and for she asked for me to come get you because she can tell Christopher to let me go. It's all so confusing. I've just been walking around. I'm tired. I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
uh, okay. Um, it sounds like mom needs our help.
Send Catherine a message, but I think we need to get to the morgue now.
She'll be up.
You can definitely call her if you'd like to.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she'll be awake. You're driving anyway, or whoever. I don't know what your leg's like, but what? Fine. Yeah. Um, looking for my cell phone, and I
So
think
it's 1990
I was gonna say
something, isn't
1991,
it?
isn't it? So like, you can't text yet. It'll be the bricks. Do you know?
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
used to have them. I used to
I have
have
a
I
landline.
used to have a cell phone when I was in New York City. That was great then. One of those
Cell phone. What
expensive
is
big
that?
ones. Uh,
yeah. I don't remember seeing cell phones till 1999, I think.
no, the big brick ones were before then.
Big brick ones.
Big, like we're talking like
I just remember
don't know
seeing
if it's
the
like that.
on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. No, I'll go to the phone. Yeah, I'll go to Christopher's phone. Um, I know her number by heart. She's the one person I'm always in touch with. So dial a number,
Yep.
listen to the tone.
A few rings go by. Just before you're about to hang up, you hear a groggy voice on the other end, and uh, hello.
Hi. It's me.
It
Sorry.
well, it's like 3 a.m. Why you call me? Why you call me for this this time of morning?
No, I
Are
know.
you in trouble
I'm
again?
sorry. Yes, well, yes. No, listen, some shit's happening of your expertise, and me and my siblings really could do with some help.
I
Can
can.
you meet us? If I give you an address. I
Yeah,
know it's late. I promise I'll.
can hear it in your voice. Excuse me. I'm just trying to get my faculties about me. Oh,
I'm sorry.
what the hell is going on? I can hear it in your voice, Dickie. What did you do?
I
What kind of
didn't do
trouble? What
anything,
kind of trouble are
Catherine.
you
Why
in?
do you assume that it was me that did something? It wasn't. Look,
Because you're calling me again. But I can hear. I can meet you. Just give me an address. Give me an address.
yeah. Bring your cards or whatever it is you need to do stuff. Give her the address of the morgue, and we'll meet you there as soon as you can get there. We're heading there right now.
Okay, you give her the address. She hangs up, and she said she'll be there. You know, your mom is a obstetrician. I think the name was. She
The pathologist was
Pathologist.
pathologist, and she works at or she used to work. She's on a disability now because of her terminal condition, but she worked out of the morgue in the Albany Medical Center. So it's a drive into the big city.
Hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to
Sure.
talk about or discuss or ask me before the trip to the morgue?
Is Cecilia, Cecilia, do you need a ride with us?
Oh, I don't need to go. I can stay here. It's nice and warm. I've been cold for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, make yourself at home.
And you have a great big kind of velvet four-legged style chair that's, you've had it since the 80s. It's your kind of favorite broken in comfy seat. She goes and she just jumps over. There's still a part of her that is, has the youngness of
Childlike.
age. Yeah, childlike. And she does the whole bouncing thing up and down, and to see the one eyeball just like just dangling on a tendon as she's just having a little bit of fun.
I wince at this corpse on my favorite chair, but I keep that to myself and just say, okay, yeah, I don't know if you eat or drink.
No,
Just
I've tried, but it
okay,
usually comes out the hole in my stomach right here.
yeah.
She points at it.
Okay, well, TV, just don't have it too loud, neighbors and such. Okay, let's go then.
Sounds good. All right. I suppose you're taking Eva's car again, and Eva, are you taking the drive over, or what's going through Eva's mind, or Dickie's?
I'm still the only person I know hasn't been drinking, so I'm definitely driving.
Cool. All right, so you folks take the. It's about a good probably 30 minutes to get inside. To get to the Albany Medical Center. It's probably like at this point, it's like probably about 5 a.m. So there might be a shift change coming up at this place. So just you're on kind of alert for that. But you'll get in. You take a drive over, and as you pull the car up slowly, you arrive, and this is a big facility. There should be cars arriving for the daily, the daily shift change. Maybe some patients coming, or maybe some families go visiting people who are in the hospital for some kind of ailment. But it is quiet, very quiet. Medical center itself is a multi-story building, serves the whole county. Most of these public-facing facilities are on the ground floor. The patient wards and doctors' offices are all, on the upper floor. This building has a classic brick facade and large windows, while the interior, where you've been here before, maybe, uh, you know, is more modern than the kind of old design and build of the outside. And like I said, as you arrive, things don't seem normal. Something is awry. There is nobody around. There are several cars and an ambulance piled up at the emergency room exit. There, you open the door to the car. You folks gingerly get out. You hear fire alarms. You hear various different other alarms as well. Door open or burglar alarms. A couple of the cars are going off too, and it's just a not expected situation in your kind of particular frame of mind or where you currently are. I don't want to say it looks like an explosion happened or something like that. It just, just looks very awry, is the word used to describe that.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Uh, uh, Ava, do you know where we go? Do you know where the morgue is? I don't know if I've ever been to Mom's work.
Yeah, probably not. The one that would make sense would be Sophie and or probably Eva.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't go there often, but I know where it is.
Yeah, like I said, most of the administrative and public facing offices are on the main floor. Most of the patients and doctors' offices are on the top, but they keep all the corpses and the medical examination stuff in the basement.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, let's take the stairs.
I need to wait for Catherine, do you think? I don't know that she'll know where to go.
It's up to you if you'd like to wait.
I Sophie, maybe you could wait for Catherine.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't like the look of what's happening here. Yeah, I'll stay back. I'll wait for Catherine.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. You folks go in the front door, and the sounds of the alarm are almost deafening. There's a fire one. There's a fire alarm going off, and it has that kind of blinking strobe light in various different places in the hallway. The main thing is you go in and you don't see any staff anywhere. A couple of the chairs are overturned. Basically any kind of scene you've seen in a horror movie where you go into a hospital and there's been like a zombie thing. That's pretty much what this kind of place looks like. And as you folks go in and you kind of have to cover your ears here a little bit, you do see some shadows like of lumbering, maybe patients, maybe staff. You do see the shadows of them down in the darkened hallways.
First Leonard, now more of them? What the actual...
And
Yeah.
oops, sorry.
I mean, I guess since we can't really hear each other, I'm just sort of, motioning to Eva, like, where do we go?
Just Trying
Usually,
to walk confidently.
trying to walk more. Yeah,
I
yeah,
just look like I'm walking confidently.
yeah,
Can
yeah.
I, on the way down, because of everything that's going, and I'm seeing these shadows, and I'm kind of jittery anyway, can I grab a fire hydrant
Yep.
just as we pass along? Just, I think it's more to keep something to hold than we can.
It's your adult teddy bear.
So yeah, it's a hold and swing and spray something with it.
Yeah. You go. Yeah. The only one that there's one hanging on the wall. You go over and you go to grab it, and you look down the hallway because you had to go around a corner a little bit. You see that there's probably about 4 or 5 people lumbering down the hallway. One of them's, you know, walking against a wall, like, and there's one that was actually really kind of close to the fire hydrant thing, and just looks like an adult version of what Cecilia would kind of look like, just blue in the face. Looks like a dead corpse walking, and you just hear it go. Bleh. It's mumbling something, and it just casually walks right, like, Dickie. You might go up against the wall a little bit as you see this thing, but it's just walking very slowly, talking to itself, like, trying to, looks like, recount something, but just walks by you. Doesn't stare at you, doesn't say anything, just looks like it didn't notice you.
Step around it, just following Ava, holding this thing, holding the hydrant kind of ready in my hands, even though I know I probably don't need to use them, but yeah, shuffle after Ava.
Yeah. Following Eva.
Eva, the easiest way to get down is the elevators. It's down the corridor where kind of Dickie went to the right to get the fire hydrant thing. And the more you walk down this hallway, you have to pass a few others. Eva, you recognize one of the patients, one of the ones at the latter end of the hallway. And kind of the same reaction to Dickie. This lady, might have treated her before. She's just walking by you slowly. But then all of a sudden, it's almost like there's this she stops and go, like, she's in front of you, Eva, and she looks at you, and she has this look of clarity, like she knows who you are, but she tries to speak, but all that comes out is like, and she's trying to talk, but she has no tongue.
Slowly shaking my head because I have no idea what to say.
She puts her hands out to try to, like, grab onto you there a little bit, but then as she's in the process of doing that, you see her just kind of go back into a state of just like, uh, like in total forgetfulness again, and lumbers on forward. And I'll ask you to roll one more. Keep it together, please, Eva. As this person kind of triggered that.
That's 10.
10. Okay. You're finding it very kind of difficult to kind of stay in this situation. You do have a success, so I will ask you for another stability loss of -1, but you're just finding it kind of more difficult to be in here, and you don't want to be in here, and it's hard to kind of push yourself forward. And Christopher and Dickie, you might get a few steps ahead of Eva, and then she just stops. It looks like she can't kind of push herself forward a little bit. What you two do as the alarms are kind of off in the background now, you can kind of get some words in if you need to.
What's happening? Eva?
That was an old patient. think she recognized me.
Okay, I think we should just go straight to the morgue. Let's not let's not hover around here. Let's just we have a mission. Hopefully we can help her be at peace too, right?
Yeah, fine, Mum.
Okay. You continue on down the hallway. You get to a set of elevators. The power is out, but the doors are open. It just goes into dark kind of elevator shafts. And at this part of the facility, like I said, the alarms and everything are kind of back, and it's almost like an echo chamber of all you hear are people in. It seems like they're in pain. You hear screaming of it seems to be other people, and it sounds like they're all downstairs, or it could be upstairs. Like these screams are just echoing throughout these elevator shafts. Definitely not usable. There are the cable ties if you like to try to climb down, but there are also stairs further on down to the left. How would you like to?
Just muttering, in case of emergency, take the stairs.
Yeah.
You want to try to climb down the elevator shaft?
Christopher is incapable. I think the only one that might be capable is Dickie, but yeah, I think stairs is fine.
All right, sounds good. All right, so you go down one more hallway, and the stairs go down into darkness. The only reprieve you get are those battery kind of ceiling mounted emergency battery lights that are in the hallways. But you have to go down at least four sets of stairs before you get down to the bottom fire door. You open it up, and kind of like what happened back at the house, it's almost like you've entered into a different area where you open the final landing door, and you just this cold breeze just hits you all in the face, and the echoing of where all these kind of screams are coming from are all in this hallway. You see people up against walls, kind of grabbing their heads. They're going back and forth, crying. They don't know where they are. You see, hands, feet, blood prints kind of everywhere. And a door at the end of this hallway. And it says, two big kind of steel doors that say, with, the label on the door, it says morgue. But Eva, you've been at your mother's office before. This doesn't look, you've been down the stairs into this doesn't. There's usually like smaller hallways, corridors, maybe some offices, some waiting chairs, but this looks different. And it's
Right, but
very cold down here. What would you like to do?
I'm going up to the doors and trying to pull them open.
Okay. All three of you start walking down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
The door that was back at the back of the stairs, that slams shut. The emergency lights go off, and all of you are left in darkness. And there's a small tremor that kind of starts in this corridor. Nothing to kind of knock you off your feet kind of thing. But Christopher, you look back, and that was a wall that was there. But you see, if the wall had a split or vertical thing down the wall, you can see it start to crack and open up. Like if two parts of the wall were actual
Yeah.
doors, and they started to kind of slip open, and you have that rush of like coldness that's down here gets replaced by just an intense heat that if someone just opened an oven door and it's just like right
Mhm.
out, and you hear chains, huge footsteps, and just nothing good.
Okay.
You're about halfway down the hallway. What would you three like to do?
I'm just going to tell the other two, run. We need to run.
Which way?
Can't see anything. What? Where? What? Where?
To the morgue. Run to the morgue. Get inside. We need to find Mom.
Right, go then. Go. Okay. Yeah, taking off.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's start
so
running.
yeah, so in this darkness, it is going to be hard to kind of move around. Like there is a mote of light that's coming out of these cracks in the hall behind where you folks were, and you just see these kind of metal encrusted body things. There's a few of them on fours, and some of them just walking, but they come out of this crack in the wall and they start running towards you folks. So if you want to get to the morgue door, all of you are going to have to roll a act under pressure in the new rule sense. That is avoid harm, really. So roll 2d10 plus reflexes to see what happens.
Try and use the. Well, I think he's going to try and use the whatever's in the fire hydrant. I don't even know what type he picked up. He just picked up the nearest one. He's just try and spray at this whatever's coming at him as well to give him more time to get through.
Yeah, sure. I think that would fall under the act under pressure move as well, because that is a reflex based one. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, my dice aren't though. I love it. I love it so much. Okay.
Well, actually, we'll start with Tiki first. How did you do?
Not well. I failed. It was an 8.
All
With
right.
my
Yeah,
reflexes.
you're
Throw
so
the dice away.
These are the ones that rolled 18 earlier. I can't throw them away.
Oh.
yeah, but
They're
they're
clearly very
they're
fickle.
but they're in a cult game now, I suppose.
Uh,
So
Mm.
I guess it makes sense. So yeah, no, you're standing there, you're not moving. You're just like you're trying to pull the pin out, but it's so dark. You're trying to see everything, and you get lost in your your attempt, and you get so frustrated, and it just falls on the ground. But we'll see what happens to Eva and Christopher. What did Eva do?
I got 12.
Okay. You were able to make it to the morgue door, but the consequence with that is you do have a bum knee. So one of the patients who were strapped to a gurney also started having a moment where they just kind of started flailing around, and you actually hit your knee pretty bad on then again, and it just aggravated the injury, and it actually popped your kneecap out, and you cannot put any more weight on your right knee anymore. So you're hopping on one leg and getting toward the end, and you make it to the morgue doors, and able to kind of fling them open. Crystal, how did Christopher do?
I also got a 12. So if I might suggest, if I see Dickie fumbling around with this fire extinguisher, I'm just gonna, my delay is that I'm trying to pull him along with me to the morgue doors.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll say that. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. So the delay for you is just grabbing onto Dickie, but
Hmm.
we'll say two of those things that were kind of in front and kind of had they were kind of able to kind of grab on to Dickie, because Dickie was the first there because you were kind of ahead, and they grabbed your ankle, and when they grabbed onto your ankle, you recognize the pain from. You even recognize this creature from where you kind of in your lost year, and your your ankle kind of gets, just serrated, and just like pieces of flesh are just kind of torn off as Christopher takes you and pulls you away. And you're both, his success is the consequence of what happened to Dickie. So he is able to kind of get you out of that. Um, we'll say you take one serious wound with that, and I think you're at 2 now because of the the smack with the pitcher. And yeah, you make it to the morgue. Eva is there and flings the door open, and it's a quiet kind of administrative office. The door is shut behind, and all the noises of screaming and even everything that was kind of following you folks, it all goes silent. And you're in the kind of it should be the actual morgue, but it seems to be one of the administrative offices on the second floor, and it's a not really well kept office. Your mother's desk is there. Her name is on the placard, Dr. Helen Hunt, and she's sitting on a chair that's kind of pointed away from the door, looking toward the outside. Doesn't say anything. And you folks kind of get in. She's just kind of sitting there. What do you do? How are you feeling? Physically and mentally, if you'd if you'd like.
Christopher is so relieved to see her that I think he just immediately goes to her and maybe tries to hug her.
Okay. What about Eva and Dickie?
I think I'm leaning as Christopher, I think, was supporting me to get in, and when that thing slashed my leg, Dickie immediately screams. Again, the pain radiating up because it's, I think, triggering all the other pain that he was inflicted on before in that year, and but then Christopher, we see her, and Christopher launches forwards, and Dickie, I think, ends up wobbling onto the wall on the side. Yeah, just gingerly standing on the leg, staring at her, just sitting there calmly. We left Catherine and Sophie upstairs as well.
Mhm.
And that's what's going through his head right now.
Okay. What about you, Eva? Your mother looks like you are a doctor. She's sitting there. She kind of has the same look of the kind of dead patients that you've seen or seen previously in your kind of work career. You know, as a professional, she is dead. But she looks over at Dickie, she looks over at you, and she looks over at Christopher with that kind of stare and gaze of like she knows, like she's calm. And with everything that's going on, there's almost like this acceptance or annoyance when she sees Christopher kind of running over to her. What do you say, Christopher?
Well, are we at Eva first?
Oh yeah, sorry. You said you had run over and
Um,
or did I hear that wrong? Sorry.
You asked
Yeah,
for
yeah, I'm
Eva's
running over
reaction,
and
but we didn't quite get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Eva's reaction.
Oh, sorry. I was just some stuff was coming in. I got distracted. Too many things happening at once. Too early in the morning. Okay, sorry, Eva. Go ahead.
Yeah, Eva's feeling kind of relieved because just everything's gone quiet and she can stop running, and she's in a lot of pain right now, and it seems like we might be about to get some answers, even if she's not going to like them. She's going to lean against a wall, probably next to Dickie.
And sh you do, like, if you look at Eva's portrait, your mother, probably you out of all your siblings you look more like her. Um, there's the physical looks. It even followed in the career path you chose, to be a doctor. Not a pathologist like she is, but in your kind of own right, the thing of following in your parents' footsteps. You did it a little bit, but you found your own, um, path. And she stands up, and Christopher, you go talk to her, but she just goes past you for a little bit first, and she grabs a few chairs from the side of her desk, and she brings them over to you, Eva, and you, Dickie, uh, like a mother would if she sees her children in pain. But there's this usual kind of heartwarming motherly love is just replaced with like cold, distant stares. The coldness you see in her eyes, but if she is dead, there is this genuine kind of maybe just need to care for her children in this moment. So she just brings over the chairs, gives you that kind of distant, cold stare for both of you, and just says, "Have a seat." And he turns back to Christopher. Well, I suppose you already know that he's coming for you.
Mom,
You know who?
what? Yeah, Leonard, right?
You put this whole thing in motion. It was you.
I don't know what happened.
He's tormenting us, Christopher. He's tormenting
Why?
everyone because of you. You did this to
What
him.
did I do? Nobody will fucking tell me what I did. What did I do?
It's in your books. You wrote about it. You just have to remember. The 3 childlike figures from your books, they were coming for you.
They were coming. Okay.
Why were they coming for him? What did they want with him? Flopping into the chair that she brought.
Just the suffering that he kind of instilled on everyone. Cecilia, the fights. You don't remember, Christopher. You used to fight with Leonard all the time. Remember.
I was 12, Mother. I was 12. Dad died. And then you just bring home this other man and act like we're supposed to call him Dad. Are you kidding me?
We needed him. I needed him. I could not support 4 children. And you fought with him every day.
I was 12.
You have,
Did you even ask me what was wrong with me, Mother? Did you even care why I was so upset?
I admit that I had my problems, and I could have said, "How are you doing, Christopher?" But I was a lone mother taking care of 4 children. It was hard. I can't atone for that.
And I was a 12-year-old kid with a dead dad
Yes,
and a mother who didn't give a shit.
I gave a shit, Christopher. I gave a shit about all of you. But it is your guilt about Cecilia, the guilt about losing your father earlier on, and the fighting, and I know that he hit you, And I know that he was abusive. And I think you know that you have this the internal struggle fuels your power, Leonard. Fuels your power, Christopher. You trap people in death. You just wanted Leonard to go away. They heard you. They came for him. At first, you wanted to go away. You had those. You wanted to leave. You wanted to get out. The three of them heard you, and they came for you. But you made a deal with them, and they took Leonard instead. But he was just in between, man. They were coming back. He was just a temporary measure until you were old enough that they could come back and get their initial deal that you made with them, I suppose. And she looks over at Eva. I thought you would have done better too. Like, I know what Christopher is, what he has done, but she looks over it straight with that cold look, Eva. Like, you wear the coat, you take care of patients, you even call yourself a doctor. You took the easy way out. Keep up a lie. You don't know anything about being in control. You look like you're in control. You put on that false facade.
Because
You don't know what it takes to
what
raise a
else was I
family.
supposed to do?
You don't know how to raise a family. You can't
No,
have a
I
family.
don't. No, I couldn't have a family. Because I needed a good person and I didn't have one.
So you took the easy way out and got rid of a problem just so you can be in control of your destiny.
No. Eva, don't you fucking listen to whatever this isn't mom. This isn't fucking mom. Don't you dare listen to this thing.
And I already know you're not going to let her blame you for not being the adult when you were 12.
Yeah.
Did
That
this. She brought him on us. Said, this is you. This is your fault. You knew what he was doing. You just said you knew, and you let him do it, and then you blaming it on fucking and Eva getting rid of her problem. That's
Dickie, you're an abomination yourself. I don't even know why you're even talking here. An abomination just like your brother.
an abomination. Listen to yourself.
He should already be dead.
not
He should not be back here. You're keeping him here. He had his
You're
time
not our
here.
fucking mom. You're not mom. You're not.
Well,
Where is she?
I'm here. I just know more than just know everything now. Everything that's happened. And I still do genuinely care, but I know what's coming. He tortured me this last month, and I couldn't take it anymore. Markhams were in the way. I had to get away from that house. He was coming. They were just in the way. They came over to see what was wrong. I just needed them to leave. But I am still, part of me is your mother, and I need to take care of you. But I can't do nothing. I'm already dead. And I'm here because you just can't let go, Christopher. You can't. Me, Cecilia, Dickie, the pain and stuff that even Eva had to go through. You weren't there to help her. You're always in your books, But you can atone, Christopher, all of you. If you don't take him on, he will come for all of you. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I can't see my children die or just tortured and taken by Leonard. You must stop him, Leonard. Or you must stop him, Christopher. All of you. Eva. Dickie. You need to all do this together. He's getting too strong. You need to help each other. You need to be a family. But you need to come to where I am. This side of things. This is the only way to prevent yourselves from forever torture. I can't do anything. I'm already dead. A victim of him. But you still have the chance to save yourselves. From what endless torment? I don't know. But you can only do this on this side where I am. You need to be on this side.
How do we fight him? He's a monster.
He has the
We're just
ability
people.
he has the ability to travel between what the hell worlds is probably the best way to say it. You cannot take him on in your world. You need to be in mine. You need to come to my side. You understand what I'm saying? You need to come to my side. You need to die.
Okay.
Take him on in his world. You don't have power in this one. This is a shaded fake world we live in. I know now. I know everything. He has control of this fake world that you are in now. I can't explain it. I can't go through it because time is of the essence. But if you want to be free of all the choices you've made and him, you need to take him on this side.
This is nuts. What if she's working for him? Like, what if you said she's not mom and it's not mom and she's kill? Do you want us to kill ourselves? Isn't that what he wants? Well, maybe not, but
Dickie, you can read a person if you'd like.
yeah.
2d10
Yeah.
plus intuition.
Um, is it 12?
12? Okay. You can ask a question, but take some time to think about that because we are at the 2-hour mark. And I think now is a good chance to have a little bit of a break before we get to the conclusion of this scenario. So if anyone's watching, please stay tuned. We will be back in about 10 minutes. So please stay tuned. We shall be back. Okay. We're on the short. Oh, but I'm not muted. Everyone can hear me. And I did unmute myself. Perfect. I see the audio going back and forth. Welcome back, everybody. We are back from our quick break where we are heading toward the conclusion of this family drama. Before we left, Dickie was talking to the supposed undead mother, and she had given them a choice. You either walk away today and eventually be hauled into what supposedly you can think of as Leonard's torture chambers for the rest of for the rest of eternity, probably, or take him on in his domain where you would have some power, as he has not brought you underneath his control yet. And control has been a recurring theme, especially for Eva. Be interesting to see what happens to each one of you. Eva, do you let go of control and continue? Dickie, what choice? Do you still call this person mother? Choices. Christopher, well, we all know where you stand in this. Everyone, it's just your fault. But will you atone? Let's see what happens.
I was 12.
I was 12.
Anyway.
All right, so Dickie, you were talking to your mother, and she had went through a spiel, and you had rolled a 12, so you get one question. What is that question?
And I am looking at her, and I can't. What Christopher's saying is that this isn't mother. This is some being, entity, whatever this is. And I think what I want to know the most is she being controlled by Leonard in what she's saying right now? Is this in his service?
You sense
ours?
that when she says that she has no power over, like, she can't do what she needs to do to, basically she can't act against Leonard. So you think the way she's talking, the way she's kind of been, and even a little bit kind of nasty in the way she's been to you three, that you do think that he's under his control in the sense that she can't act against him. But you think she's being truthful in no matter how cold she's being and bringing up this hurtful bullshit of your previous experiences for all of you. You think she is genuinely, deep down inside, wants to help. And she's not lying in that aspect.
Well, fuck. I just. You really mean that, don't you? You really, really think that that we, your kids, should kill ourselves, and that we'll be still alive after to deal with this thing that Leonard is?
Yes. That is the only way you can take him on. You will not be able to affect him in this fake world. Is the best way I can say it. If you choose not to, he will find you eventually as his power is growing. He'll torture you like he did me in my final days that made me snap. That's why I am here now. I took those pills. But Christopher was there. He found me. And I would have got away. But Christopher doesn't like to let go. But I'm still a
Excuse
mother.
me for not wanting my mom to die. Excuse me for not wanting my childhood friend
Yes,
to
dear.
die.
Yes-
Excuse me
Yes, dear. We hear you.
for
We hear you. Christopher, this isn't
Whatever, Mom.
this isn't all about you right now. It's about you and your siblings. And your siblings. You're not 12 anymore. You're 33. You can't stop blaming the past. You are not a child. You're a grown adult. Act like one. Not for yourself. For your siblings.
I just stare at her, just kind of aghast. The fact that she would say something like that. And whoever she is, whatever it is,
Yep.
I don't think Christopher is convinced that this is mother
Okay.
at all still. But like, she's one to talk about growing the fuck up.
Maybe.
And I think Christopher just like throws his arms up and just like starts pacing around. Well, okay. Ava, Dickie, do you want to go kill ourselves? Let's
don't
go.
wanna
It wasn't
go back
on
to
my
that
to-do list
house.
for today.
I can help. It'll be painless. We have the drugs and medicine here.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I'm trying to save my children, and this is the only way.
I I think she's right, Christopher. I think she's right. You don't know what they do in that house. We can't have him. Let him have us. We can't. I'm not going back there.
Ava, what do you think?
Believe I'm saying this, but I think Dickie might have a point. Last thing I want is ever to see Leonard again.
There's some memories floating back for you, Eva. You do remember the relationship that Christopher had with Leonard. Wasn't too good. Like Leonard was all. You remember Leonard trying to have a relation. Like he wasn't really a bad stepdad. Actually, now that you think of it, you've hid these memories before, or maybe they were just hidden purposefully. Like your mother has been talking about Christopher having this power. Maybe these latent influences from him pushed them away because you folks were the ones that were close to him. But you remember Leonard trying. Yeah, it's like he wasn't this all fine stand up stepfather figure, but used to fight with Christopher all the time. And he'd lose his patience sometimes. And there's a few times when, in where, the abusiveness would rear its head. And in a way, you can understand why Christopher would not be in a controllable situation like you were able to kind of find and put yourself in. Leonard never did anything to you, Dickie, or anything. Dickie just didn't care. He was never there. Sophie bounced back and forth between different places. I don't want to say foster families, but she was hardly home because she didn't want to deal with the family drama. But you were there the whole time, and you can see why Christopher would act the way he does, but because of his actions and maybe the deals that your mother was talking about that he made, maybe not intentionally or knowingly, but all centers around him. And I guess I asked the question, does Eva's control rear its head right now? Or do you bury it for the good of the family? Or are you going to look out for Eva and do something else? What's going through Eva's mind?
I think Eva is mostly just thinking, I need to look after Christopher. He's messed up again. No one else is going to fix it. Mum's already dead, so I guess it's up to me.
Okay.
Christopher, whatever you decide, I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, I guess happy fucking birthday to me. Um, Mom, where are those pills?
Okay. We don't have to describe this much, but she goes over to her medical cabinet, grabs the ones that would do the job, and she grabs 3 syringes if the 3 of you all make the same decision. Christopher and Eva do. Dickie, do you want to go back to that place again? Are you in a kind of mind decision tipping either to the left or to the right? Do you make that step? It seems like Eva and Christopher have. What about
I
Dickie?
think for Dickie, it's about this is the only way to avoid going to that place because he knows that that's what's coming if he doesn't take the step. Because he's been there already.
Yeah.
So, yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. So your mother sets you all up, whether it's just on the chair, lay down on the floor, or however way it happens. It happens, and you all 3. It is not. It doesn't hurt. It's peaceful, and as your eyes close and the world goes dark, all 3 of you, at some point when you pass, you do see that descript kind of white tunnel, and you're just blasting through it. But when you get to the end of it, it's almost like you each hit this kind of hard wall and just, and then you hear and smell different things now. And you open your eyes and you're looking at your hands, you're looking at your body, you're still in your same bodies, but it feels different, smells different. And even the world around you, I guess we'll start with the smell of it first. You have this, even though you're in your mother's office, the outside is there, but the landscape looks like it's a puzzle. Parking lot is a parking lot, but where the lawn was before you came in, it's a row of trees. Then you see a house. You recognize that house, but it shouldn't be here. It's in a neighborhood a little further on. It's one of the, like, everything looks disjointed. The office that you're in, where you started, is kept together. Everything was organized. It's all askew. It's a mess. Dirt. There's dirt everywhere. Everything is very unkempt. There's this smell of rust, metallic rust smell in the air. And any kind of more visual description, maybe the Upside Down and Stranger Things, but not as crazy and stuff like that. So the environment you're in feels familiar, but you're in, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're in 2 different places at once. Like you're not in, it's like 2 worlds are kind of crashing into each other. And whatever's crashed together has kind of formed this weird landscape. And it's cold. It is so cold. And the feelings you get when you're in your body, it almost feels like if you, how you normally feel, you're attached, you have full control, but you see your body, you're moving it around, but it's almost like, it feels like a phantom limbs or something, like if it actually shouldn't be there, and your skin feels just ever so slightly like loose, like if you, it's a weird sensation. and your mother is not there anymore. It's just the three of you standing there in her office, and she's not there anymore.
She was telling the truth. She was telling the truth. She wasn't lying.
I guess so.
And the offset of this, you feel a little bit more like, I want to say you feel a little bit more tough, a little bit more whatever. So in any kind of roles that go forward, you have a +2 bonus to endure injury, because you're basically a zombie, and you can take 3 critical wounds as opposed to 1. Just to get some mechanical things to the side.
Okay.
But each of you in your own way, we'll start with Christopher, and then we'll go from there. You feel a kind of like a tingling sensation as you wake, somewhat deep inside you. Your soul feels much older than your body that's been housing it, and you sense that an ancient, latent power is just outside your grasp. Maybe it's that one that's keeping people from going away, dying. Maybe it's an emotional trigger. You don't know, but you can't control it. Eva, your career, your plans for a family, they're all gone now. Do you still hope to wake from this nightmare at some point, or
Haven't
you-
quite given up on yet, but pretty close.
close? And Richard, your thoughts have been, or your memories, sorry, have been reinforced. You definitely have been here before. You remember you remember every single second of it. And even like this place feels like you've been here longer than you've been alive. So you're starting even to think like the Glenmont that you knew before. Was that even real? Is this place just feels more real to you than where you were before? And as you'll kind of grasp and think about these situations you're in, you have this, just innately that you have to go back to Selkirk. That is where you saw him. That is where you need to finish it. 'Cause that's where his power kind of resides, if you want to free yourselves from this eventual control that he's kind of bringing over your whole family. He's already got your mother. Will you let him get all of you?
So, Eva, are you driving?
Assuming we've still got a car.
Here, look at this. That's the house down the road, and that's. How do we even know we're going in the right direction? But it's like I've been here before, so it's weird.
Dickie, it's like you yourself would you think you know the way, because like I said, this place feels like the world that you've known, because you've been here longer than anyone. But yeah, traveling, it's different here. You just have to pick a direction and walk. You don't know what you'll see, but you know where to go.
I think instinctually, like that's what he's doing, is kind of rambling about well, we could just go that way, and he starts walking. And come on, it'll be fun. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Let's go. We'll find it'll. It's not that we're going to it; it'll come to us. Come on, and starts walking, just in a random down the street direction,
Okay.
amidst everything.
Christopher, do you? Looks like you want to say something.
Oh,
Maybe.
I think I just look at Ava. Well, after you, I guess.
It's like Dickie knows where he's going.
Yeah.
How do
Okay.
you fight whatever Leonard is?
Okay. So the three of you follow Dickie. And your Dickie and Eva, the kind of bum knee and the injuries that you have suffered, you don't feel that pain anymore. Yes, you still have a limp. You probably forever have a limp because in the kind of known state you are now. But yeah, you don't feel bad anymore. But this kind of travel to the old family homestead in Selkirk it's almost like a best to describe as you start the walk, Dickie, a walk down memory lane. You can't, you've kind of, made this trip before, but as Christopher and Eva, you follow Dickie. You always kind of, it's almost like you're reliving memories. One of the first ones you see is, you walk out of this building, you walk down the street, and all of a sudden you're in the streets of Vegas, and you're walking amongst people. They just walk by you, and you see Dickie getting in trouble at a local casino, getting beat by the mob because he didn't pay, because he got entrusted to a loan shark, and you see just his kind of first death. You see the outskirts of that and why you've never seen him for a year, and you continue on. It's almost like you're going back in time. Eva, all of you are witnessing all these kind of different memories. Eva, you see the time where you gave your husband those kind of ironic, the way you went, the same way that you made him went, and Christopher and Dickie. You see the struggles that kind of Eva had kind of gone through. And then as you, like I said, you're kind of going back in time down memory lane and eventually get to the point of your child memories. And most of these are around Christopher. And Eva and Dickie, you get a view into what happened to Christopher and fights with Leonard, the fights with your actual father. He always just a bad kind of victim of circumstance. Won't go into any of the descriptions of that, but we'll just leave it to you to kind of see those kind of bad abusive situations. And so, and how Christopher kind of turned out how he did, and you know why he became probably half the reason why he became a horror author, and what he kind of wrote out in his books are just life experiences that he has had. And, you might feel just for a moment, just sadness for what he had to encounter. But eventually you all kind of make it back to the childhood home of Selkirk beyond time. But where it is today, in this kind of landscape, it is a desecrated home. The expanses of what would be the environment are just disappear. They are now gone. Where this house exists, it is located in a massive echoing chamber, the walls and the ceilings of which cannot be seen in this dim light. The house itself sits in the middle of a lake of blood, which reaches your knees and forces you to wade further on through if you so choose to decide to continue on. The neighborhood homes have fallen all into disrepair and lie rotting in the blood pool in various states, entirely inaccessible to them. This chamber, and your old home in particular, acts as a basically a torture hall where the torments of Leonard has done over these last 20 years has prevailed. And this is familiar to you, Dickie. You've been here before. You don't know how you escaped, but you have. And you have no problem assessing the home. You see, as you kind of, it's knee deep, you're going through. You don't want to look down, but because of human curiosity, hands, limbs, chunks of hair and flesh, perseverance is just pushing you through. I'm not going to make you roll anything, but you eventually make it to the house. And it's in all the other homes that are around, they're practically gone. But the shell of your old family home exists. And the front door is not locked. And you try to hear voices or anything like Leonard. He doesn't seem to be anywhere near here. But you do pass along the way various kind of torture stations where people are pinned up with nails up on a wall. Some are currently in the torture state. Some look like they're hanging out to dry for later on in the day, and they're all being played with by these kind of same creatures that you saw before, these kind of mechanical looking dog beast humanoid things. It's kind of hard to put into description, but they ignore you. You might look at them, they look back at you, but they don't do anything. And for lack
Is
of a better
there-
description, you are in hell. Go ahead.
Are there any weapons that
Yep.
we can grab?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Knives,
I think
hammers.
Christopher would just.
grab
I think
grab anything.
Christopher would grab the first thing he sees, maybe a hammer. Why not?
A crowbar or something, anything that's just about.
How's Eva doing?
Surprisingly okay under the circumstances.
You're in control. You're in control. You're probably just saying that to yourself, are you?
Yeah, I just keep glancing at the two brothers. We're all
Okay.
together. That's what matters.
Okay. So
And
you're
I'm gonna try and grab some kind of weapon once I see them doing the same.
you all kind of arm up. You're in the house. Just like everything else around it has seen better days, but all of a sudden things start changing around you. You feel his presence now, and the house kind of reverts or builds itself back to what it looked like back in the day in the 1970s when you were kids. The torture instruments, besides what you grab, disappear. That you're left with the familiar home that you lived in, furniture from your childhood, and you're all kind of moved up to Christopher's room. And this last fleeting memory that started this whole thing, you see him as a 12-year-old child on the floor, and the walls in his room have opened up into this infinite black expanse, and you see three childlike horrific looking things, knives and machetes for hands, dressed in black leather. Think about like the Cenobites from Hellraiser is pretty much what these things look like. And that 12-year-old Christopher making the deal with them. Take Leonard, leave me here. You'll have a lot more fun with him. And they agreed that day, but as they hooked Leonard and dragged him through this crack in the wall, one of them looked back in a kind of childish, kind of giggling way. This is not permanent. We'll be back for you someday, sometime. And that's probably where, Christopher, you had put up that mental block because of your maybe latent power kind of thing. You just put everything in a memory box and put it on the shelf. And you are here today. And you hear downstairs that kind of same voice you heard back in the first episode. Sounds like Leonard, but it is very gnarled and jagged and full of angst. And he's here to collect. What do you do?
Um,
Sounds like
I
he's
think
coming.
Christopher.
Sounds like he's coming up the stairs. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think Christopher is afraid anymore. Um, he's already dead. Um, he, like, yeah, there's no more choices at this point. The choice was already made, and now the thing needs to be done. So I think he maybe just looks back at his brother and his sister and just says, I'm gonna go meet him. Feel free to come with me if you like. I'm tired of being afraid.
So with you to the end, but I feel like we already passed that point.
Death is only the beginning. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Dickie waves his crowbar. Sorry, my throat's gone there. Dickie waves his throat, kind of, swings it around and holds it like a club, like a baseball bat almost, and like right after.
Okay.
So
Yep. Let's
So
go.
All right, so you folks take the initiative. You just go to the door, maybe set yourselves up, and then you finally see him in his true form. That jagged shadow thing you saw back in the supposed fake world, your mother called it. He's even taller in this world. You physically have to look up at him because he's about 7 feet tall. His lip, nose, and ears have all been cut off, and instead of glasses or even eyes, there are dark pits that coalesce like a starry sky. He has long clumps of dark gray hair that crown his ethereal visage, and his skin is sickly and pale, with the exception of his bare fingers and toes, which are as black as those that usually are severely frostbitten. His clothes are torn and fastened to his flesh with clamps and nails, and his gaunt body moves with a lurching gait. And he doesn't even at first stare at you, Dickie, or stare at you, Eva. He just sees Christopher, and he just looks at you in that raspy voice and goes, "Your torment will be eternal. Welcome back, Dickie."
Before he even finishes with what he's about to say, because Christopher is not here to listen to his evil bad guy speech about how he wants to
Yeah.
torture us and, like his Bond villain voice speech at the end. Like, he doesn't want to hear it.
Gotcha.
He just swings his hammer and like just swings it at him.
Okay.
Don't fucking talk to me.
I think it's mutual actually with Dickie as well. I think I was gonna say the same thing. I think Dickie,
Yeah.
having been here before, does not want this. Yeah. And that's why he was holding the crowbar ready as soon as he has a chance to swing.
Okay. Eva, you see your siblings just, they want to survive. They want their lives. What's going through you? What's that final thought that goes through your head before this act?
Not taking my brothers away from me.
Excellent. Okay. So you folks, like you said, you didn't want to listen to his bad guy speech. So go ahead. roll what you think that you would roll in this move that you're doing now. And they both sound like, if they both sound like what they sound like, you can
Violence.
both roll engage in
Violence.
combat and roll your violence.
I choose violence.
Violence.
All chosen violence.
Finally.
Nice.
Ooh.
This is where you're
Ooh.
supposed to roll good there, Dickie.
Yeah, it was 18.
Nice.
Matters
I
when
got a
it,
15.
Finally.
Geez, wow, matter where it counts. What about you, Eva?
When it matters.
14.
14? Okay, cool,
Nice.
cool. Nice. All right, let me see here. All right, so you see as you're kind of running toward him, you see that he takes his hand with the kind of black encrusted nails, like black encrusted frostbitten nails, and he kind of throws it up in the air, and you just see that his hand is just full of actual nails, and looks like he was going to try to use that as a weapon, but everyone rolled so well that he goes up and he has that, and you folks get in there, and seeing if there's anything here. Yeah, no. So your improvised weapons, we'll say describe what happens. Instead of like doing crunchy numbers, I want to try to keep this narrative. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're all kind of successful. Explain what happens.
I think because I'm holding the crowbar up already, I think when he comes down with the hand, I'm stopping him to let the others kind of get in.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, just one hand with the hammer and just like taking a big old swing. I mean, this is years of frustration against this man being
Yep.
let loose on his fucking face.
Yep, definitely. And what about Eva?
I'm going for the knees because I know how much pain I've been in for the last hour or so.
Okay, and your consequence is that you feel, even though everything's being physical right now, you feel like you hear his voice in your mind, Eva. And I think this is a good consequence. It's it's not the critical fail kind of consequence, but it's one of his kind of we'll say it's a reactive move. And I'll say, roll keep it together, please. As you see your world in your mind is just changing around you. And you see, like, even though you see Christopher being successful and Dickie being successful, you don't see it that way. Or you're trying, like, he's kind of warping your mind to seeing something else. So roll keep it together and see if you can keep him out.
I got a 4.
Okay, so you see, and you folks kind of all went at once. So I think since you rolled a 4, Leonard, you see Leonard is actually Christopher, and Christopher is actually Leonard. So your attack is successful, but your mind has warped, and everything just goes. You have this sudden sensation of just a mind pain, and it clears, and things have changed a little bit. But you did roll a success, but unfortunately, you didn't go for Leonard because of that kind of changed warp mind. So, Christopher, you were able to inflict a wound. Dickie, you were able to deflect the kind of nail frostbitten hand, and you were able to kind of cut down, basically almost sever his hand off, and that's hanging there. But Christopher, you feel this clock on the back of your head, and you just see blood coming down the front of your face. And I'll ask you to roll an injury, please.
Yeah.
-2.
I get +2 on that?
Yes, actually. So +2,
Okay.
-2. So it'll be.
Oh,
Right.
-2 for the harm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just do my regular roll then.
And Dickie, from your perspective, you see that Eva standing there stunned, and just she whacked Christopher on the back of the head, and it hit hard.
So I actually got a 15 on that, which,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, if that gives me an opportunity to actually see what happened,
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
look.
You
Ava,
it's still there, but you're just pushing through it, so you just whip around, you just
Yeah.
see Eva staring at you like, at least, sorry, I keep talking for people. Eva, what do you like once you
Stepping
what
back.
like once you hit this Leonard, it all kind of melts away again, and you're there, and you basically crack the skull a little bit of Christopher.
I'm just going to back away a bit in utter confusion for a moment. And Christopher, which one are you?
I'm Christopher.
I'm Christopher. Christopher.
That's Christopher. Kind of hanging, holding the bar, pointing at real Christopher.
Okay. Try a ooh. You're helping out here, Dickie. Let's see if we can make this interesting. Roll a. I would usually say influence other, but it's kind of a.
Should I do it or Dickie does it?
There's a helping or hindering
Helping, yeah.
thing,
She-
isn't there, in the thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
yeah,
plus to her.
yeah. So, yeah, so, yeah, but, yeah. This isn't see through the illusion for you, Christopher, but you can try to. I still want it to be a soul roll, so maybe it would fall under
Okay.
improvised move, as you're just, like I said, you do have this latent power
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, Dickie, roll soul 2 and see what happens.
Okay. And for narrative purposes, I think I'm trying to convince Eva that I'm Christopher by saying something that only her and I would know, like something from our childhood.
Yeah.
Like, remember the book that we used to read together?
Remember the book that we used to read together? You said the same thing.
I rolled an 18 on the dice, but it's -2, so 16.
All right.
Still good.
That gives Christopher a +2.
Okay, plus it's my soul. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, I rolled a 5, but I have +3 in soul, and +2 is 12.
So basically not a fail.
Not a fail.
All right.
Or
So
no, it's a 10. Sorry, it's a 10.
10.
But
Still.
yeah, still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with, like, your two siblings are yelling at you, Eva. Hi, Christopher. And then Christopher tries to bring in a memory, but the other Christopher, or no, that's the real Christopher, and you're so confused. But sibling power takes over, and you focus in on Dickie pointing at that one, and that is enough to able to kind of bring you back and stabilize things. Like, it's still hazy, but at least you can concentrate now and are not confused. So, great work, team. So you see, you see this version of Leonard kind of he doesn't stop coming for you three. Dickie, where you kind of cut off his hand, he just ignores it, seemingly unstoppable. Where Christopher, you came, the hammer, and you were able to kind of embed it in his chest. From that wound, you're able to kind of haul it back out. Takes a little bit of strength and girth, but the black bile just kind of spews from that. And that with that injury, he looks like you've actually hurt him a little bit. And there's this ungodly, just like screech. And that screech makes everything, all the other creatures you've seen everywhere, screech in pain at the same time. And now it's his turn. So this huge metallic toolbox comes up from the floor from this bloody pool, and it opens up, and he grabs in and brings out this huge kind of serrated, jagged sludge hammer, and looking at you, Christopher, again, and he comes down and he's just swinging it wildly. Please roll a. I know it's not avoid harm, but what's it called?
It's reflexes.
Yeah,
Act under pressure.
Act under pressure.
Oh boy. Um. Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah. And actually, I don't
Yeah.
even think now with this, with the new rules, I don't even think you have to roll that, and it just goes straight to injure or injury. So you're okay with us changing that to injure or injury? Would have been a different stat. So it would have been
Okay.
it would have been fortitude -2 instead.
Well, yeah, it's still a fail.
Okay. Yeah. So this this goes and it hits the side of your chest, and you hear ribs crack and break. It's up to you. Do you take a serious wound, or do you take a serious wound and get knocked out, or do you take a critical wound and keep on going? And just a reminder, your bodies are extra
We've
squishy.
got 3. Well, we've got the 3 critical wounds now, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'll take a critical wound, and because I still want to be up and moving.
Okay. And from this kind of flail going around, say, Eva, you're actually behind everything, and Dickie's in the front. So, Dickie, you are unfortunately in the swinging arc of this. So, I'll ask you to make a injury as well. So, it'd be fortitude -2.
Is it -2? We got +2 for the being zombies.
Yes, you do. Sorry, Crystal, if that changes your roll, you actually had +4. Well, your fortitude +2 -2. So I guess it would have been a straight fortitude roll.
It would have been a straight fortitude, and I still would have failed. So.
Okay.
Okay. So mine is 9.
Okay. So this wildly flinging around swing of this hits you on the side of the head as well. And you unfortunately did not roll well. So same question to you.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said your bodies feel more, even though you're starting to understand it as this is what it feels like to be dead. But even though you're being hit, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt that much. Eva, he is done. Your siblings are in the way, but in this whole haze of everything, at least you know who is the correct target this time, or who is the real Leonard. What do you do?
So since I'm behind him, I'm just going to hurl myself at his back and try and hang on to him, injure him in any way I can.
Okay, cool. If you'd like, just trying to jump on him and just trying to get his attention to distract him a little bit, that will keep him. If you can roll, you can either do if you're just kind of like physically like, you can do like an engage in combat, or if you're trying to do it stealthily, you can do reflexes. You can do either or. I'll give you the choice.
I'm going for violence.
Okay. Roll away.
17.
All right. Awesome. You're able to jump on the back and you feel good about this. Even if you can't still feel good, you are in control of this thing and it makes you feel good. And in this instance, it actually distracts him for a bit and he doesn't get to do what he wants to do. And it goes back to Christopher and Vicky.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. Choosing violence, going in with my hammer. Probably if he hit me in the sort of ribs or chest area, I don't know if I'm breathing as a dead person, but maybe like I'm still used to breathing, so it's just kind of a wheezing,
Yep.
strange noise coming from my lungs and
Yep.
yeah. But yeah, violence. That's unfortunate. Oh, plus -1 for the critical wound too. So that's, yeah, that's a 7.
7. Okay. It's probably due to the fact that Eva jumped on his back and made him step back a few, and you just ran into, basically impaled yourself a little bit on his hands with a roll of 7, right through your
Yep.
chest kind of thing. So let's see how deep they go. Please roll an injure injury at
Mhm.
the same fortitude -2.
Okay. +2 -2
It'll just be fortitude.
fortitude. Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
yeah. Sorry. Plus your, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. That's a 14. So
Okay, that's not that bad then.
mixed success. Yeah.
Yeah. So you impale yourself a little bit. His rusty kind of finger blades don't go completely through, but you do take a serious wound. So I think you got 1 crit and 1 serious now.
Yeah.
Okay. But you are kind of like his hand is stuck and he's semi impaled in your chest cavity.
Okay.
Dicky, what's up?
Do the series wounds stack? They don't. Is it -1 just for all of them, or is
No.
it 1 each?
-1 for all.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, because now I've got critical, so there's 2 of them. So it's
So
-2, isn't
that'll
it?
be -2, yeah.
Yeah. So then that is an 11.
11?
So yeah, whilst Christopher's trying to swing as well, Dickie just shaking his head with this massive crack skull now.
Okay,
and
yeah,
just
no.
blindly.
Okay, yeah, you will say you're able to inflict 1, but you're kind of like you've basically just fall on the ground, and you lose your weapon. Pretty much gets impaled in him, and you lose that and kind of fall backwards.
Okay.
Okay, Eva, what do you want to do?
I think by this point I'm just trying to pull his head off.
All right, roll of violence, please. Depending on how high the roll is or what happens, we'll see if you're able to start.
13.
How much?
13.
13. Okay. And I suppose you're doing this with all your might because you just don't care anymore. So
Yeah.
if you're okay with the description, you kind of, or you go ahead. You can describe it because you probably see it a different way. How would Eva kind of make this work?
Just hanging on with her legs, getting her arms around under his jaw and just pulling as hard as she can.
All right. So under his jaw, you just hear it crack. More kind of black bile kind of comes down and leans on and you can just feel it just burns your skin. And he tries to, do the kind of throw you off kind of thing. But when he does that, the way you're kind of grabbed onto his jaw, it would make sense in this description. You're actually able to when he does that, and because kind of reaction to this wound, you actually rip it a little bit further. And I'd say from that, he takes another wound, and he is not looking too good right now. And he's just fanatical, and the words he is saying are just kept up in this heap of just utter nonsense. He did not expect this. He has always been in control, and he is seemingly shocked that you get the sense that how are they able to affect me in here? And he's all over the place. He was not expecting this. And all the creatures that are around are in the kind of same kind of like pain that you're causing him are the pain that you're causing outwardly to everything else. So you folks are doing a good job so far. All right, so with that, he tries in that act. I think that'll be his action, and he's trying to get you off, Eva. So I will ask you to roll to see if you're able to hang on. Again, it'll be a improvised move, so either violence or reflexes if you want to try to stay hooked around his neck.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay hanging on.
Okay.
Still going with violence.
Sure.
19.
Perfect. He tries to wiggle you off, but you're just that you have him. It's almost like in a chokehold now. His jaw is in one of your hands, and you're just kind of hanging on with the other. And he's distracted, and he's doing well. Or you folks are doing well. Dickie and Christopher. Looks like you almost have him. What do you?
Dicky's on the ground watching his sister being an awesome doctor. She's like, trust me, I'm a doctor, kind of. And all of us like, okay, I've never seen you be so cool. Is what's going in his head right now. I think I'm desperately looking. I've lost my own kind of. It's stuck in him. But his neck is exposed, right?
Yeah.
Because she's picking. I want to find something that I can maybe thrust in there. Because the house is around us still, right?
Yep.
So maybe I don't know what's about, but even if I can break a bit of the handrails, a bit
Yeah.
of wood, just kick this broken pillar, whatever they're called,
Yep.
and thrust that in there.
Sure. You are able to find something. You don't have to roll for that. So you grab this kind of banister pole. You rip it off the stairs, and you hear that, and you go for his neck. Christopher, what are you doing?
I think I still have my hammer and I'm slightly
Oh,
attached
yeah. Slightly
to
attached.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll stay slightly attached just so I can get some leverage on him. And yeah, I think I see Dickie coming with the banister, so I'm just I'm going low and Dickie goes high. Violence.
Roll those, please.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. That is 13. But it's -2. So 11.
Okay. Both of you have succeeded with complications. So you're kind of both going in this at once. And usually what I have in my brain and with descriptions is not as awesome as players and their descriptions of what they see the action is going. So feel free, both of you, to describe a narrative of kind of what's going on with a consequence, or if one consequence could feed the other. But feel free to tell me what happens.
If I may, since he is so tall,
Yep.
I basically was going low just so that he would sort of double over a bit so that Dickie could have a better leverage to his neck. And
Yeah, I think the same. So I think it's almost like this instinctual collaboration as he's going low to lower down. I'm seeing the figure leaning forwards and thrusting this bit of wood up to the neck. But at the same time, there's flailing perhaps, or this, the hand that's hanging loose maybe.
Yep.
Kind of flails about and catches me, kind of making me stumble backwards.
Sure. And
I think I have to impale myself further on his nails in
Yeah.
order to do this move to help Dickie.
sure. And we could just say it incurs, your fatally, but it's not fatally, but kind of fatally. So we'll just call it another critical wound for you, which brings you down to almost second death. Never said that before.
Yep.
Both of us, or just
We
both had.
Yeah, I'd say both. And then as Eva, you're there and you're kind of thrown off here a little bit, but you kind of land on the ground, and if you're all right with this description, you probably just have his still have his jaw in hand, or how do you think their kind of actions affected you?
I think Eva's being flung around a bit by all of his sudden movements. So yeah, I think ending up maybe flung on the ground with a handful of jaw.
Yep, definitely. And as you kind of hold that jaw, it actually, you just hear the kind of the last kind of gurglings of this hell tormentor, your tormentors, and the jaw just kind of starts like ashen away. It just turns, you like you feel the cold fleshiness. It starts to dissolve, even like the black ichor that's kind of running down your arm. It just disintegrates into or evaporates into just ash as this form and visage of Leonard floats away in ashen thing of Mr. Smoke, let's say. And the same thing happens. You hear those creatures, torture creatures that are around. You see them, same thing. They just ashen away. And you, all three of you are sitting there, standing there, well worse for wear. You're still dead, but you are still in this borderlands, maybe, between the existence and the fake world and whatever this new world is that's approaching. But as kind of calmness and the smell of rust and blood and everything that you've all experienced, and you all look at each other, one final thing grabs your attention. The walls and with the room you're in start to open up, and you see three childlike creatures that have been described before in Christopher's novels, recounted in memories. Three childlike things dressed in leather. They hold razor sharp hooks in their hands and fix their gazes solely upon Christopher. And slowly they encircle Christopher and the siblings, staring at all the characters, laughing almost lovingly in their childish kind of like hee 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 way. It's time to repay your debt. We have waited long enough, and this man no longer amuses us. We want you. The three little children speak at once in an angelic, high-pitched voice, each mimicking the next horrific's expected grins. You must turn yourself over freely to us. Come learn what power you've abandoned. Come with us. What do you do? Or we'll leave it there as a question to be answered maybe another day as the
I like that.
Yeah.
as the veil turns black and the curtain comes down. What decision will these three children or three characters make? Who knows? At least they're away from one tormentor, but maybe in the grasp of another. And that is a running of till death do us part. And
Hey.
and hopefully it wasn't too horrific or too too menacing for our characters here. Running horror in the morning. I was going to say horror in the morning. That's horror in the morning. And we'll just keep it simple. Thank you for being here. Please tell people about yourselves, where they can find you on the interwebs, and we will close out this session. The little scientist.
I'll start us off. Yep, I'm Crystal. I'm the little scientist on Discord, and yeah, I'm helping organize the con with Ryan and our other con organizer David. And yeah, you can find me on stuff like this on our YouTube, on our Kick and our Twitch, and I run games on the server. and yeah, lurking around the server every once in a while. And yeah, thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Inbal and Sue. This was a lot of fun.
Sue, where can people find you?
You can find me on Discord and various other social medias under the name Savage Spiel. And you can find me running games at various RPG conventions around the UK.
Awesome. And in ball.
I'm Val. You can find me on Discord as ILP Group, or on the website rpgroups.com, or at the Illusion HorrorCon server where I'm the moderator. Come and join us and let's have loads of fun. And thank you guys for this lovely, lovely game.
Thank you all. And people stay tuned. In about less than an hour, we'll have our, I think it's our slot 4.5 panel. That is coming up. And until then, thank you and have a wonderful rest of con. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.